Hey everybody, it's Michelle and
Chloe.
welcome back to Sweet Pea Farm NY. We have not been around for the last couple weeks and that was not intentional. Oh, say hi.
Hi.
We just have had some really rough situations happen in the past couple weeks. September 1st, we noticed that our sweet sheep Ellie, who Chloe raised on a bottle, was acting off, and we separated her from the flock so we could keep a close eye on her and called the vet that day. The vet was able to come out that day. In the time that we were waiting for the vet to come, she deteriorated really quickly and was acting very neurological, like something was affecting her brain, and she was not wanting to open her eyes. She was acting very confused. And so the vet came, we treated her with everything that could cure anything that could be causing that kind of behavior. And we ended up losing her that evening. We could not talk about this without sobbing for like days because I'm still having a rough time. But this is kind of a rough part of what we do. And people would be like, well, why do you do this? Why do you keep putting your family through this? Why do you put your children through this? I mean, Chloe and Ellie were thick as thieves. Ellie was raised by Chloe. She would go out without a halter and just run with Chloe and be with her. And they were just good friends. Ellie was very much a pet. And so it was a tough loss. And we are spending the money to have all of the testing done at the local at Cornell University, and then the state did some testing just to rule out things like rabies and West Nile. Rabies has been ruled out. We vaccinate our sheep for that, so we kind of figured, but just to be safe because we have little kids, and Chloe was handling her every day. So we ended up losing her. We still don't know exactly what happened. That was really rough. So that was September 1st. When we lost her, then September 2nd, of course, the vet came out to get tissue samples and things to do testing. That was awful. We still just had a hard time coming to the barn and, not being sad and not having a rough time. So it was uncomfortable to talk about. We just haven't wanted to shoot a video about this. But the truth is that Ellie and Chloe had some really amazing years together. They trusted each other. They worked together. And even though that loss is awful, the wonderful things that they shared together were worth it. Having Ellie was definitely a gift and a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. And so we're grateful for that time we had. Right, Chloe? You talk, because I'm losing it. So those things, those lessons and those times are invaluable. And even though, it's really heartbreaking when you lose them, it doesn't mean that it's not worth it. It's not worth still doing. And I don't think for a second that Chloe would say, I don't want to raise sheep anymore because I lost Ellie. I think that, it's hard. It's a hard lesson to learn when you're so little. Chloe's just 8. But she's grateful for the time she had with her. And so that was rough. A week after losing Ellie, we had been out working. We do, rental properties. I kind of told you guys on a previous video that we do. This sheep all hear me now. So they're like, oh, food lady. They're like, what's up? Why aren't you feeding us? So about a week after we lost Ellie, we had been at one of our properties that we are renovating to resell. And so we came back from working a long day to check on the animals like we always do. And Matt's big giant buck was dead in the pasture. Now, I had done goat chores that morning just because we were rushing and I'm faster than Matt. So I know for a fact that he had come up and eaten his grain and was acting totally normal in the morning. Like there was no slowness to him. It's the middle of breeding season right now. So he was kind of like turning his lip up at the girls. I showed you guys that in the last video, I think, or a couple videos ago. He was acting totally normal. So this was a shock. Like we had no idea. Like Matt had bought this buck last December And he was from a sale barn. He was in kind of rough shape. He was, God knows how old, like we don't know how old he was. And we got him in good health. He was looking beautiful. We had trimmed his feet, and he died out of the blue. So this is just a week after Ellie. Like the Ellie death is still fresh, and I mean still is, but was still fresh then, of course. And so that was not only rough because we really liked him. He was really a nice buck. He was beautiful. He was even-tempered, very calm. But we were frustrated because this one was our fault, essentially. He died from a bloat, and it could have been prevented had we had the foresight to think that he maybe did not get a CD&T vaccine before we got him. Now, that's something that breeders do. They give the babies CD&T, and then they booster their animals every year. And we do that, but I never put the two and two together last December when we got him that he would need CD&T. I just assumed he would be up to date on it, and I didn't even think about it. I'd already done my use for their CD&T annual vaccine because they were all about to lamb out in January. I didn't even think about it, and so that was really a rough loss and a mistake that we made, and I should have given him CD&T, and I didn't, and this is what happened. So that was a real rough blow. We were feeling kind of under a black cloud, and that's just kind of, life for anybody, not just people on a farm. Things can kind of pile up on you, and that just gets rough. Other personal stuff was happening. It just got frustrating. So we kind of just went silent. I didn't have anything nice to say, essentially, so I didn't say anything at all. And that is the, thick and thin of it. But of course, I wouldn't be doing a video if there wasn't some good news, some exciting news, and a silver lining. So I'm gonna show you guys what's exciting. So we have started the official construction behind Eva there. The gravel pad is right there for, if it'll focus, for the farm stand that's coming. An Amish family is building it for us right now, and it should be here within the week. And then we'll get it painted and finished, and it should be open for business. So that's really exciting. We have tons of pumpkins in there, and this is where we laid Ellie to rest because this is the driveway that they ran up and down so much. So we wanted to have her close by her happy place that she spent so much time with Chloe. And so there are, behind the sheep, there are pumpkin patches out there with lots of big orange pumpkins, and then we have tons of gourds and squashes in the garden, which has just gone wild with vines. And so we have tons of pumpkin varieties and squash varieties and gourd varieties, and we'll have all that stuff, plus our wool stuff and our meat, plus some other family members, handmade goods, craft items and stuff. Chloe, what are you gonna have in the farm stand?
Clay sculptures.
What else?
Bracelets.
Cool. What about you, Eva Roo?
I said some unicorns.
Yeah? Excellent. I can't wait.
And
Are you cold? It's kind of sprinkling.
And then I saw a pretty purple butterfly.
Ooh. So we're really excited to have all sorts of gift items and produce and meat and eggs, of course, from my chickens that are in jail now. Those will all be for sale at the farm stand. So we will be excited for that. I've been painting signage and getting all sorts of things ready. We did our last farmer's market yesterday, so we can focus all of our energy on that and the most exciting thing that's about to happen, which I'll go through. So the most exciting thing is that our beautiful little Willow Pig, who is the smallest pig we have, is due to have babies in 2 days. So she is due Saturday, September 12th. And some people say that Coon pigs go a couple days later, so it could be anytime between Saturday and Monday. So she's been in this special pen getting some special food to make sure she has enough calcium and vitamins and all the things that pregnant mommies need. And we wanted to keep her separate too, just in case the other pigs were not happy about her babies being born. So she is in a pen in the barn, but she is right next to, like, this wall is the back of the other pig pen. So they're still next to each other and can hear and smell each other, but Wilbur and Hermione can't get to her when she's farrowing out her piglets. That's what it's called. When a pig has babies, it's called farrowing, right? Who's the most excited about piglets?
Me.
Me too. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm excited about baby goats.
But we're not talking about goats right now. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, let you know we're still alive, let you know what's going on. There's been a lot of activity. It's just been kind of hard because I can't talk about the farm and pretend like these major things have not happened. I started this channel because I want the girls to be able to look back on these videos and show their kids and their grandkids how they grew up and what we were doing on the farm. So it's kind of like a realistic log of what's going on the farm. And so we kind of had to wait till we could get through talking about Ellie without completely losing it. Not that I didn't kind of lose it, but it's better than I've been. So we are excited to have piglets. If I'm able to catch her having the piglets, I will live it either on our Instagram or our Facebook. So make sure that if you don't already follow Sweet Pea Farm NY on Instagram and Facebook too, that you go over and check that out. And or I can YouTube live it even, maybe. I don't know if my service will connect well for that. But so I hope you guys are doing great and enjoying the cool down of fall and having a lot of fun doing some stuff outside now. It's not too hot. And make sure that you stay tuned for all the baby piglets that are coming, because Willow is due this week, and then a month from now Hermione is due. So we will be Piglet Central here this fall. So make sure you stay in touch with us and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And thanks so much, guys, for checking in. This is Chloe and Eva Roo. Say bye.
Bye. Bye.